Hi guys! Okay, so this is my next how-to video, and in this one I'm going to show you how to put in a space reservation using the Pace University R25 system. So obviously I have my web browser open and I'm currently at the www.pace.edu website, and to get to the events calendar you can easily go to your A to Z index, which is right here, or you can just click on here to events.pace.edu. So I already have that open here, and if you click on, see here, it's webevents.pace.edu, but the short link is events.pace.edu. Either way, this is what you'll find, and here you'll see every single event on campus, and that includes New York City and Westchester events. So how do I register myself or put in a space reservation? And this is the same for student, staff, or faculty members. Same thing with registering events. The way we describe it is that an event, even if you have an event off campus, you should be registering the event with us so that we can put it up on the website so students know about it. You're going to click on register event, and I've already logged in, but what it'll ask you originally is to log in using your Pace username and password for your portal. So I've gone ahead and started adding in information here, which is all the things that you're going to have to go and do yourself for your event. So obviously anything it says here, please fill in as much detail as possible, and your required fields are labeled in red. So your event name, for me, I have training session, and your event title you can make a little bit more detailed. The more detail is that you put, the better it is for anyone that is going to be looking over your request and eventually hopefully approving your request. Very similar to any type of request that you'd be putting in with the university. The more detail, the better. So after you put your name and title, here's where you are going to start basically explaining what type of event this is. Mine I put as a meeting. You can put as a lecture, or depending on certain things, it could be a party or a performance or a movie showing. Regardless, I have a meeting and the sponsored organization. If you're a student organization, you should be recognized within, this is a very long list. And don't keep in mind that this is also New York City groups and organizations. So if as in ours, Student Development and Campus Activities has an office in New York City and Pleasantville, so just make sure that if you're in Pleasantville or New York City, you're selecting the correct campus. Okay, so expected head count. Now this is just a general number. It doesn't have to be completely correct at all times, but it should be similar to anything that you're requesting within the room, such as tables and chairs. So your requested start date I put as the 28th of 2012 from 1 o'clock, and I will put that for 1 hour. Okay, and so basically if you're putting in a weekly event or anything like that that's going to be happening multiple times, you have a couple options here. So if this is a weekly event, you're going to put repeats once a week on whatever day it is. And then you're going to put that until the end of the semester. Keep in mind, if you're doing weekly events, we only approve one semester at a time. Please just keep that in mind. If this is daily, which I very highly doubt that you'll be putting in things that are daily, and then ad hoc, which is, let's say I have something for January 28th, and then I don't have anything for the 29th, but I do have something for the 30th. This is where I would go in. So it's not daily, it's not weekly, but it does repeat one additional day. So this is where you'd be adding that information. But in my case, I'll just put none. Okay. Now here's I've gotten a lot of questions about space preferences. For the specific space, it's very easy just to drop down, but keep in mind these are abbreviated. So obviously CHOAT stands for CHOAT, okay? And so what you'd be going to do is go all the way down. So gold is for Goldstein Fitness VIP. And then, so obviously FIT stands for the fitness, Goldstein Fitness Center. And then down here, KESSL is obviously Kessel. And then what you're going to see also is Wilcox Gym. So any of you who are planning to do a party of some kind will be requesting that space. And then there's also Briarcliff Pace Perk. Now that's not necessarily an option because you also have to go through Pace Perk and ask their permission to use that space as well. So that needs to be prearranged. Okay, so I'm going to put Kessel Butcher Suite, BSTE. And if for some reason you don't know what it is, very similar to students who are looking to table, then you can put, you know, Kessel Table. Okay, and we'll place you in one of the 6 or 7 spots that we have there also. But in the event that you have a space and it's specific and it's in this drop down, feel free. Okay, so mine's going to be in Butcher Suite. Okay, and obviously I'm going to be now requesting the resource preferences that I need within that room. So if I needed Ed Media to open up the computer or drop down the large screens, I'm going to ask for an Ed Media tech for Pleasantville and Briarcliff, and just ask for one of them. Okay, and then ask for 25 folding chairs and 5 rectangular tables. Okay, and this is event details. Catering guide for student organizations, you guys should have already figured that out, and for pricing inserts, that doesn't really apply to you. That's more so for outside vendors, so don't worry about any of this stuff, any of this information here. If you have a third-party website, so if I was bringing in a speaker and that person had their own website, you can definitely put that information here. Okay. Requirements, this is just an administration side. Event is sponsored by a student organization. This, for the most of the student organizations, you would be clicking on true. Okay. Anything in here, this is just additional event criteria. So it's not mandatory, it's always optional for this information. The one that is not optional is your event description. So when we post this to the website, this is the information that will be inserted in that. And again, if you have setup issues or any setup additions, you'd be putting that in comments, but the event description should be the one that you want everyone to view. So that's what you're going to put in here, and just click on next. Okay, so this is going to give you a summary of everything that you've put together, and I'm just going to double check everything and make sure it is exactly what I need it to be. Okay, and then you can again have the option to make changes or submit your request. Now once this goes through, you should get a receipt, an initial receipt from the R25 website, basically saying that we've received your event request. And I believe I just received it. It might not be showing immediately, but it's showing on my BlackBerry, so that's a good sign. So this first initial receipt, it will show up as a receipt. It will say R25 Web Viewer Event Submission Receipt, and then it'll give you a number. It's usually 4 numbers and then about 5 or 6 letters. So within that, that's your receipt. That is not your confirmation for your actual event space. Once there we go. Once it is approved, you will receive an additional one. So here it is. This is my receipt, basically saying, yes, we've received your request for the following event right here, and it will be processed soon. So if you need further information or anything like that, it'll explain to you who to reach out to. Now, once this is submitted, it will show up on either special event side or SDCA side. And when we start to review it, and then if we have further questions, we will reach out to you, or we will approve it or deny it, depending on if there's space or not. So within here, you should be able to view here. So I've actually pressed it twice. So my training session is showing up as pending once I've logged in. See, it's showing here that I've logged in. So I'm currently going to log out, okay? And so what we're going to do is, let's say it waits 24 hours, there is at least a 2-day grace period. I would be receiving an additional email in case everything has gone through, and this is what you'll see. This will just basically say everything here in the event state. This is what you're looking for the most, is your confirmation, okay? And that's what will be giving you this little information up here, which is your confirmation number. And for any student organizations that are putting in BMSs, this is the confirmation number that you use, not the one in your receipt, but the confirmation. Okay, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask them or post them on OrgSync, or you can email me at ckirschbaum@pace.edu. Hope that was helpful.